If you're watching this video, you probably have a Husqvarna trimmer and the shaft is not spinning at the end. The engine runs, it throttles up, but you have nothing at the end, it won't spin. I'm going to go over the permanent fix for this, which is a replacement shaft, and I'm also going to go over the temporary fix that can maybe help you get you through the day or the rest of the week until you get the new part. So let's go over, I guess, the permanent fix first, the replacement shaft. I have the old shaft over here. So basically what you would do, you would just disconnect your trimmer with your little thing at the end here. Get that off right quick. So, you know, you got your trimmer head off, you know, right, your little push thing. And all you're gonna need is a T25 torch socket. That's all you need. And basically, all you gotta do is remove, sorry for the lighting, not remove, but actually just loosen these two T25 Torx at the end of the shaft. So we're just gonna loosen those. I'm not actually removing, just loosening. And we're going to have another one here in the center that we're going to actually remove this one. This is the only one we actually need to remove. Also a T25, they're all T25s. And there's another one right here in that hole. We're actually just gonna loosen it, don't remove it. If you do remove it, a nut will fall out at the end and you'll have to put that nut back on it by pulling this little plastic shaft off, but we're just gonna loosen this one. So that one is loosened and the shaft should pull out. Let me put this guy down. So that's my replacement shaft, my new one I have. Get this piece back up here. You can kind of see, like that's what it goes into, and this is the one that you're basically loosening. So you got these two nuts on the end. You can't get to this one with the cover on, and you can't put the shaft in with the cover off. So you're just loosening the one on the side that you can get to with the cover on. But if you loosen it all the way, that nut's gonna fall out. So just loosen it, don't remove it. And I'm gonna put the shaft back in. So I'm gonna put the shaft back in, all the way up in there. And so that's back in. We're gonna take our one that we actually took out. We're gonna line it up. There's a hole, you'll see it. You'll put it back in that hole. You'll be able to see the shadow when you're doing this. And it should just, but that's the wrong one. That's a T20. Get the T25. So that one that I removed, I'm tightening it back down. The one I'm loosened, little collar, I'm tightening him back up. And these two down here, I loosened, I tightened them back up. If you remove these, you may end up springing the throttle cable and having to put that back together. That's why I said just loosen it, don't remove it. It'll keep everything back together. Now look, I just did that on the camera for y'all. That's how quick you can do it. I mean, literally, just can be done in literally 1 minute. Once you do it, just go over it right quick. T25, loosen, don't remove. Center, right here, this guy right here, remove him. This has to be removed, and that guy just loosened. So loosened, removed, loosened, that's it. Just 4 total, super easy, super quick. That's your permanent fix. Brand new shaft, 35 bucks on Amazon. I'll put a link to the description in the video where y'all can purchase it. Now, let's do the temporary fix because you got work to do, right? You don't have all day. Can't wait on the part for a few days. Got to get it done. So how do we get through our work day at the shaft one? Well, let's do a temporary fix. Okay, so I'm gonna take this guy off right quick. This is the old one, so y'all can see what I'm talking about. Also a T25, by the way. If you've seen that hole, it's kind of greasy. It's old. There's a hole right there, and that is what locates this guy on. Has like a little locator pin in it. Okay, you're going to remove this. You're not going to need that anymore for the temporary fix. Like when you slide this on, that's where you would put it in to hold this on. That's its locator. You got to remove that locator. You got to be able to have full control over this. Now what you're going to do, you're going to take it off and you're going to put it on the trimmer first. You're going to do something a little different. You're going to put it on the trimmer first, and you're going to line it up within its hole so it's clicked in here. So this is connected to this now. And then you're going to take your shaft and you're going to jam it in. Now what you're trying to do here, you're trying to do something a little different. You're trying to put this as far forward in here as you possibly can. So we're going a little bit past the locator, maybe 1/8 of an inch. And the reason we're doing this is it allows us to grab a little bit of shaft that has never been grabbed before, and it'll allow you to probably finish the job, because what's happening is this gets stripped out. It basically gets stripped out, and there's nothing to grab onto internally inside there. So if you're able to go a little bit further forward, you can grab material that's never been grabbed before. And you say, well, how's it going to stay together? What you're going to do, you're going to push that far forward as you can, and you're going to tighten this down here on the collar as tight as you can, and then tighten this little red knob as tight as you can. That will compress it and hold this together without that locator. Really, I call it a pin, but really just a torque screw, and that's all there is to it. And I actually was able to get a couple days worth of work out of that by just keeping that firmly pushed forward into each other as much as possible. Anyway, that's all there is to it. As y'all see, I changed it for you in literally 1 minute on camera. Anyone can do this. All you need is a T25 Torx thing, new shaft. Now, I've had this trimmer for 6 years. I think what actually tore up, I put a little tiller attachment on the end, and I was working on an area that was pretty viney, and it was getting caught up in the tiller tines and getting jammed up. And I think it just, it spun itself. The shaft was still spinning. It basically just stripped itself out. But yeah, so that's all there is to it. And like I said, this trimmer was like $200 about 6 years ago. I think now, because things are a little price heavy right now, I think last time I saw Lowe's it was about $240. So definitely worth throwing on the shaft for $35, or just doing that temporary fix to get you through the rest of the week. Anyway, till next time, I hope y'all have a good day.